On Monday, the 15th of July 2019, astute entrepreneur, investor, venture capitalist and a great philanthropist, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun launched his much-awaited written book, which epitomizes his life's journey as a wealth creator at the Civic Center in Victoria Island, Lagos. Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun was born on the 16th of April 1950 into the family of the late High Chief Henry Oluyede Fajemirokun and Chief Mrs. Oseboshade Fajemirokun of blessed memory. Chief Olabode Fajemirokun had his early education at Ileoluji in Osun State, Nigeria, St. Peter's in Lagos, and later completed his primary and secondary education at Mayflower School, Ikenne, Ogun State, and Loyola College, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Thereafter, he did his BSc degree program at the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife in Osun State, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in business economics. He obtained a doctorate degree from the City University of Los Angeles in the USA. Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun is a successful businessman who has carved a niche for himself as a respected, talented and accomplished investor and trader. Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun has more than 42 years of extensive business building and wealth creation experience, both within and outside Nigeria, having built a unique business empire. The program for the book launch kicked off with the national anthem, which was immediately followed by the opening prayer said by Bishop Dele Fajemirokun. Dignitaries present at the book launch include General Alani Akinrinade, retired, who was the chairman of the occasion, former governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, former governor of Ekiti State, Otumba Niyi Adebayo, former deputy governor of Lagos State, Alhaja Sinotu Ojikutu, the chairman and CEO Channels Television, Dr. John Momo, Professor Pato Tome, the chairman of Island Club, Chief Philip Kola Bumere, the Irelu Kuti of Lagos, Irelu Abiola Dosimu. Royal fathers present included the Oshemawe of Ondo Kingdom, Oba Adesimbo Kiladejo, among other high-profile traditional rulers. In the remarks of the chairman of the occasion, General Alani Akinrinade, retired, he started by thanking all for the huge turnout, despite the fact that it was a Monday. The chairman described the author, who has been his friend for many years, as a generous gentleman who has a huge sense of humor and respect for people. General Alani Akinrinade further talked about the youthful escapades of the author, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun, which they both enjoyed together as youth back in the days.
I have always known Oladele, the great-grandson of Alagbete, to be fearless, perhaps ruthlessly frank, detailed, with very sharp memory, expansive sense of humor, and therefore, I think we produce a book worthy of study, particularly by youths intending to make something useful out of life. I do not know how much of his personal life is disclosed in this Odyssey. I do not recommend his unique approach and style to social life for any fickle-minded person. I wait anxiously for the review of this book, and meanwhile, let me thank the co-author, without whose support the work might never begin, let alone bring us here. Mrs. Edith Kurati Fajemirokun. I am sure indeed that I speak for all his friends when I say thank you for your care, perseverance, and immeasurable support for your husband, the children, and the larger family.
Renowned Nigerian actress Joke Silva read a portion of the book, The Making of Me, My Odyssey in Business, after which she gave insights about the book.
All my life, I have been a survivalist, a fighter, and this has been the hallmark of my existence. I have fought for everything I have done. I have won many battles and have lost some too. But on the whole, life has been kind to me. Despite the unconventional life that I have lived, I have been blessed, and my children too. I have prospered where many have failed. I have been able to wine and dine with kings where others have wallowed in penury. I have trodden where angels fear to tread. I have been very tenacious and forthright in all my dealings with my fellow men. I have tried all my life to channel my energy into building a good name for myself and, above all, to maintain my family's honor. I am a positively deviant son of my parents.
In the remarks of the chief celebrant, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun, he thanked everyone for honoring him on the auspicious occasion. The author, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun, said, after several persuasions from family members, friends, and business associates, finally, the book, which will impact knowledge in the younger generation, teaching them the nitty-gritties of what it takes to be successful and create wealth, has been published.
Since the book was written, a point of note, many changes have taken place in the companies under review. Being dynamic entities, it has not been practicable to capture all these changes, as they will have warranted fundamental changes to the extent and structure of the book, and in some places, change the narrative. It is hoped in another edition of this book, like the chairman says, such developments will be captured for the readers. And I assure the chairman I've had enough I push enough that I have to really do the book now, because I have to go back to my age, to my ancestors. It cut off a lot of the corporate life. But for a change, I want people to know where I am coming from. Eletu Washe, born in Eletu Washe, lived in Onola. These are places I'm so proud of. And in Apapa, and if you actually really want to wonder the success of my father, which I'm not in any position to write about because he's my father. I must be with him to write about him. But I was not with him, he was up there. But what I know is that he never spared me. And his senior brother always tells me that don't mind him. It's because you look too much like him.
The book reviewer, Professor Adebayo Williams, explained more about the book, The Making of Me, which tells the story of a man born without a spoon, let alone a silver spoon. The author of the book, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun, in another remark, added that his father was a major motivator who never believed in getting things the easy way, as he instilled the culture in his children from a very early age.
My review is titled Business Genius and Its Enabling Factors, The Making of Oladele Fajemirokun. This is an unusual book by an unusual man, and it deserves an unusual review. I am not interested in any banal plot summary or iteration of events and happenings. I'm only interested in the author's robust thoughts as they course through an eventful and tumultuous life and as they establish business paradigms for all to see. We wonder why we often find it difficult to grow business and why entrepreneurs of genius are rare in Nigeria. This book answers the question. Let me wager right away from the word go that this book is destined to become a classic of its genre. Nigerians often look towards foreign entrepreneurs and business magnates for inspiration and visionary guidelines when we have them in abundance here. But like plants growing among thorns, the hostile climate cripples their genius and inhibits their aspirations. This is the touching story of a man who refused to be squashed and throttled by his environment. Indeed, a man who rose defiantly to overcome crippling limitations in order to dominate his environment, as they say in military parlance. I'm sure the general is familiar with that. As it has been observed, talent does what it can, but genius does what it must. Whether you like this self-driven man or you don't, whether you endorse his ruthless boardroom wars, his fierce independence of spirit, and contempt for emotional incontinence, when it comes to critical decisions about human company he keeps or companies he shares, you have to give it to him at the end of it all that this is indeed one hell of a man.
There was a tribute session during which family members, friends and associates all paid glowing tributes to the great economist and businessman par excellence, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun. In the brief remarks of Dr. Fajemirokun, he talked about the author, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun, and said he's an astute economist and entrepreneur who always made sure everyone around him was affected positively. Dr. Fajemirokun also talked about the book, The Making of Me, My Odyssey in Business.
Oladele is still the boy who went back to fight the bully at Onola. He's still the student who wanted to hang the oppressive seniors at Loyola College. He has sublimated his deviant passions into a sharp cutting edge on which a remarkable business empire has been constructed. You will meet the Mandele Fajemirokun between the lines of the book and between the occasionally target details of his business transactions as you read the book. I commend the book to everybody who's interested both in people and in achievements. And I thank you.
In the remarks of Professor Patitomi, he described the author, Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun, as his mentor right from their days at Loyola College up till date.
Our country is not going where it should go because of two major factors in my view. One is state capture. I go to South Africa all the time, and my friends on South African boards that I serve on never stop belly aching about state capture and the Guptas and Zuma. And I kind of laugh and I say, state capture. Come to Nigeria and you see the meaning of state capture. Where a few people have owned Nigeria for 50 years. But worse than just that state capture is a new kind of crony capitalism in which business captures the regulator. Regulatory capture is the biggest danger to economic advance in Nigeria. And state capture and regulatory capture have wound themselves well into a new kind of crony capitalism. I might serve a few people well today, but will ensure that the Nigerian economy will continue to be all dressed up with nowhere to go. And we must break that. And in the activities of Chief Fajemirokun, I found a man who could network but never tried to capture. I think this is where our country must try to travel, and I congratulate him for being my big brother.
Thereafter was the official unveiling of the book, The Making of Me, My Odyssey in Business, as well as the official cutting of the cake as other dignitaries joined the author and his amiable wife in a photo and video session.
The cake will be cut at the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Photographers.
The program ended with the vote of thanks said by the son of the author, Mr. Babatunde Fajemirokun. From BISCON Communications, it's congratulations to Chief Dr. Oladele Fajemirokun on the successful launch of his book, The Making of Me, My Odyssey in Business.